Okay, so I run a multi-million dollar business. Most of it's automated, some of it's not. We'll talk about it. But what I want to do in this video is teach you how to start an automated business from scratch. So this is assuming you woke up today and decided to start an automated business. You have no followers, no tech skills. You are basically a newborn baby when it comes to automated sales. I want to show you what to do. And the first thing I want to say is that really this video is going to help you see how it's not very complicated. There are parts of it that require work, and we're going to talk about that. But in terms of tech, in terms of the actual automations, it's not difficult. It feels complicated because there's so much conflicting information out there about what you should do, but the actual reality is it's not complicated. And so this is what I've learned, right? 2020, I made $1 million. 2021, I made $1 million, like 1.5. And then this year in 2024, I was projected to hit 3.6, and I think we're going to end right around 4 million. So we're right on track. This has been a really big year of me, like 3xing my growth. And one of the reasons why is because I'm learning the more I automate, the more money I make. And I want you to say that with me, class. The more I automate, the more money I make. And it's a simple reason if you sit and think about it. Obviously, you're having software, computers, programs, technology do the work that we used to have to do ourselves. And so I want to get an agreement before I start giving you the game plan and the everything to do, the what to do part. I want our agreement to be, can we all agree, got 2 pages of notes here. Can we all agree that we're going to need to work to set the automated business up? Okay. This is not a get rich quick thing. This is not a push a shiny button and we make money. If you want to build any kind of business, automated or not, it takes work. So if we can all be on the same page that we're going to work to set the automated business up, but we're going to push to get it done. And then our metric is once it's up and running, we do as little work as possible. I feel like that's a fair deal. I feel like most of you watching will agree to that deal where you say, okay, Maria, I know I'm going to have to work to set this up. I know that businesses take work to build. I just don't want to be working at it forever. I want it to be as automated as possible so I can work smarter, not harder. So if we're all on the same page, on that, then I'm going to get right into actually kind of breaking this down for you. If you have any questions as I go along, just drop them in the YouTube comments. I will be recommending 1 or 2 courses that I have that I sell. They're optional. There's so many things that I have for free on YouTube, for free on Instagram, for free on my email list. The only reason why you would buy a course from me is because you want me to A, hold your hand, B, make it very 1, 2, 3, 4, C, I'm teaching something that I wouldn't teach in a free content. So for the most part, you can follow videos like this. There's so many, and I have so many comments every single day from people who they couldn't afford my courses. And so all they did was just watch the free content. So even though I'm going to be recommending a few courses, just understand that they're optional. They're nice to haves, but not need to haves. Okay. So let's do this. Essentially, I want you to start. We're going to talk about automations. We're going to break it down. But before we do that, I want to go big picture. And I've got my iPad here. I'm going to draw my iPad and we're going to do this together. There's 2 things at its core. If you want an automatic business, there's 2 core things that need to be automated. Okay. So there's 2 things we have to automate. The first is our delivery, meaning delivery, meaning our product. I'm just going to write product here. So the thing we're selling and the marketing. So you have delivery and marketing. Those are the 2 things that need to be automated at its core. Obviously, a lot of stuff will fall under that. But at its core, when you really think about your business big picture, you need to automate your marketing and you need to automate your selling. So you need the thing you're selling and the way you're selling it. Those need to be automated. The parts of your business that aren't automated, those parts, that's where you're feeling the work. Maybe you have a delivery model where you have to do a lot of the work for the clients. That's unautomated. Maybe you have a sales acquisition method where you're cold reaching out to people. That's not automatic. So we're wanting to automate the marketing and the delivery. So what I want to do is I want to first teach you how you're going to automate the delivery. I'm at the point now where this part for me is fully automated. Okay. So Maria's delivery, just going to put Maria's delivery, fully automated. When someone pays me money, I don't have to do anything for it. I've already created the product. I've already created the systems to get it to them. It's done. They check out, we're done. There's one exception to that where I have, for sheer like shits and giggles, I have a little coaching group where I answer questions. I talk to my students. I'm in there every single day. But that is not, there's no obligation to deliver on anything there. That's just for me to like enjoy spending time with my students, answer questions, because I actually really do like answering questions. But that is 1%. 99.99% of this is fully automated. How did I do that? How did I fully automate my delivery? Well, the first thing you're going to do is you create the product once. Now, I have a lot of videos elsewhere on why you should only be selling one product. If you search my channel for the rule of the 5 ones, that would be the video I want you to watch on why you should, if you want to make $1 million or more, you should only be selling one product, not multiple products. Really important stuff there. So go check that out on my channel in case you don't know the rule of the 5 ones. Let me focus this bad boy. Oh, there we go. Focus for me. You're going to create the product once. One product, one time. I have a course that teaches you how to do this. It's called How to Create a Viral Digital Product. So obviously, you probably know digital products are really easy to make automated. There's so many reasons to create a digital product and have that be the product that you're selling. There's a course that I created that teaches you, it helps you automate not just the actual product creation, but it also helps you with the marketing side, because we create in this course, I teach you how to make a product that's so good people see it and want to buy it. They're like, oh yes, this is exactly what I need. Oh, and the price point is exactly perfect for me. I'm in, I'm buying it. Do you understand how much money you make when you do that? Do you understand how much easier marketing is? Do you understand how non-existent your delivery is when you create a product right the first time? This is one of the most important things. That's why I made an entire course on it. There's no amount of clever marketing that can compensate for a bad product. And so for you as a new business owner, the thing that you should be really thinking about and spending the most time and getting 100% confident in is your product. And I think if you think about it, it makes sense. If I have a product people don't want, no matter what I do to automate the marketing, I will always struggle to make sales. That's the reality. And so that's why I took the time to make a course. I'm going to give you a couple of tips though for this YouTube video, things that I have learned that I think will help you whether or not you get the course. And I know a lot of you guys actually have that course. So in that case, watch it. One of the best things you can do to really automate your delivery is to take the time and sit and think about any question a potential customer could have. So whenever I create a course, whenever I create a product, let's say I'm making like, I made a bunch of content templates. So I sat and like made a bunch of content templates for reels that would go viral. I made a bunch of content templates for carousels that would go viral, stories that make you a ton of money. Like I sat and made a lot of content that you guys could just like fill in the blanks for. And so as I'm sitting here making this product for you guys, I'm like, what questions could a potential customer have about these templates? How do I use them? Will they work for my industry? Are they really going to make me go viral even if I have a small account? I'm technically challenged. How do I make these work for me? Can I use them on multiple different accounts? And I could just sit here and go on and on all day. And I really took the time to sit and think about, and you can use ChatGPT, by the way, to like answer the questions this way too. Like have ChatGPT do the thinking for you. Think about any question a potential customer could have and answer it. Preemptively answer it. I learned this the hard way because I didn't do this. And then I had all these just questions from customers and, hey, I got this, I got that. I don't understand this. I don't understand that. And it's really like, oh my gosh. So then what I would do is like go back and like, again, it's not on the customer, it's on me. I didn't thoroughly answer their question. So then I have to go back and add videos to my course or whatever it might be. And I've learned it's just so much easier for everyone, including your customers, to do it right the first time. And what's interesting is, so our repeat customer rate, my repeat customer rate is 60%, meaning 60% of people who buy a product from me will buy again. Do you know what our industry average is for like my competitors, my colleagues? 20 to 30%. So I'm at least double the average, if not triple the average, meaning my courses are 2 to 3 times, I just ate a massive enchilada. I'm like still digesting that, My courses are 2 to 3 times better or get 2 or 3 times better results than the average one. Do you think that's an accident? No, it's super intentional. But it's a win for you as a customer, right? You get a product that actually delivers what it's promised. You love it. You see results. You're happy. That's the part that's good for you. The part that's good for me is your questions are fully answered. So my work after you buy the product is done. The more work you do here, the less work you'll do later. Okay. So we're going to automate the delivery. Another way of saying this is like a cheesy old saying, but a stitch in time saves 9. Okay. So you're going to create the product once. Now, there's a lot of stuff that we can get into. I do go into this in my course where I talk about the software that you need to set this all up, right? I talk about how to automate this so that when someone buys, they automatically get emailed the course. I talk about things you should put in the first few videos of a course or in a PDF bundle if you decide to do like a digital file. I talk about what you're supposed to specifically put in there and how you should build the automations so that your customer has a really good experience. That's what's in my How to Create a Viral Digital Product course. So I will put the link in the description. Again, it's optional, but it's one of those things, if you're going to spend time on anything, that's what I would be spending my time on. Because if you nail this, the goal, this is what happens, and this is the goal, is once the customer checks out, your work is done. That's where we want you to be. We want you, because then, and this is where we'll start talking about the marketing, it's fully scalable. All you have to do, once you've built that, and it takes work to do that, but once you've built that, all you need to focus on is then automating and scaling the marketing. And at that point, that's where it gets really fun. That's where you start to see things like daily sales, 5 sales a day, 10 sales a day. We're at the point now where we're getting thousands of sales a month, and we've had a lot of time freed up to do that because we properly automated the delivery. If you don't properly automate the delivery, by the way, if you don't do this the right way, and yet you try to scale up the marketing, all you get is a bunch of angry customers. We all kind of know people in our industry who maybe don't have such a great reputation because they were too quick and they didn't properly automate it. And there's the difference between properly automating a good product and like throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping it sticks. Obviously, you don't want that. Like, I know the people who I attract in my world, you guys are people of integrity. You want to deliver a good product. You want happy customers. There's a lot of stuff that goes into properly automating a product so that you can then pour fuel to the fire on the marketing and scale that up and not worry that you're about to like ruin your reputation in our industry. There's 2. I want to break down the marketing now, okay? Okay, here's the marketing. There's a couple of different things here that I think are important to talk about. Okay, so with marketing, there's basically 2 categories of marketing. Both can be automated, but one is much more automated than the other. So I'm going to focus on one over the other today. Organic marketing and then running ads. Organic marketing, very profitable, but not very automated. And you may know that, but it's fine. Like, obviously, so much of what I do is I do a lot of organic marketing, but it's the least automated part of my business. It's very Maria intensive. It requires me to properly prepare. I put a ton of work into these YouTube videos. I put a ton of work into all my content. It's my most profitable, right? Because it's just the cost of my time. But it's not very automated. And so I talk a ton about organic content. So I thought what would be really interesting is if you are interested in a fully automated business, this is what it would look like. You would focus on ads. Ads would become your only focus. So it would basically be ads going to and I'll kind of show you the full funnel once we build it out. But if I were you and I wanted a fully automated business, I probably would not be looking at mastering organic. I just mastered organic first because I didn't know any better. I thought ads were complicated. I thought you had to spend a ton of money on ads. I had all these limiting beliefs about ads, which I'll get into. And so I sort of like built the business model, but more and more and more, we're scaling up my ads. We're letting ads really be the thing, and email addresses that are pushing and driving the growth of the business because it's much more automated. It's that much more scalable. So I want to talk about ads because there's so many myths I know you believe right now about ads that I believe too. And that's how I focused on organic for so long, but again, not super automated. And I really just believe that a couple of things. I believe that ads cost a ton of money. That's not true. We have students all over who are spending $3 to $5 a day. So you can profitably run ads and get sales every single day for spending $5 a day. We actually show you how to do this. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but for right now, I want you to release the myth, release the limiting belief that I have to spend thousands of dollars a month in order to get sales from ads. That is just simply not true. The second myth that you probably believe is that it's really complicated. I think ads, in my opinion, having mastered both, I've mastered advertising and I've mastered organic content marketing. Organic content marketing is much harder to figure out. It has many more games you have to play. You have to do all these silly things to trick the algorithm. And I'll tell you why ads are not that way. Meta, let's just assume you're running Facebook and Instagram ads. They are incentivized for you to be a happy customer. They are incentivized for you to intuitively understand how to run ads. Their business model works on people running ads to their platform, getting results, and sticking around. And I'll use myself, for example. I started spending very little a day and gradually worked my way up to spending now, I probably spend almost $100,000 a month on ads. And I'm going to continue. I'll probably be spending $1 million a month on ads in 5 years, maybe less. That's Facebook's dream outcome. Someone comes in, starts small, see results, gradually grows their business, and keeps spending more and more on ads. So when you think about it from Facebook's perspective, and by the way, in my little coaching group where people share their wins and their testimonials, that's what we see all the time. I'll see a student post about how they're so excited they just ran the start of their first ad. Oh my gosh, I just published my first ad. 2 or 3 days later, oh my gosh, I just got my first sale from ads. A month later, I had my first 10K month. My profit on it was $6,000 because I spent $4,000 on ads or whatever it is, right? 3 months later, I can't believe it, but I just cracked $30,000. Sometimes it happens faster than that. Sometimes it happens slower than that. But the big numbers that you see a lot of the times in my coaching group, for example, are because they were running ads. But what people don't know is they started nervously panicking when they turned on their first little $5 a day ad. And it was so scary and it was so overwhelming. But they're following Facebook's exact model, the desired outcome, where they start small, they start seeing results, and they keep growing it, keep scaling it. Can't really do that with organic. Organic is very I might put 10 reels out and one of them pops off and thank God it did. Again, not knocking it. I make a lot of money from organic too. But it's a different game. And I would venture to argue that the ads game is a little bit more straightforward than the organic game. Ads are just it's pretty easy to understand what you need to do in order to see results in a way that organic is just, in my experience and what I've seen, not just with me, but with my students, just got a little bit of a harder learning curve. And yet people spend so much time trying to figure out the organic game when they could be seeing potentially better results from ads. So that's the third limiting belief is it's more complicated than organic. I would disagree. I think the other limiting belief is it's not the right time, or I'm not, I should just wait. I think there's this fundamental understanding that if I'm going to run ads, I need to wait. I need to be a more experienced business owner. Rose and I joke that you can have as soon as you have $3 in your bank account, you should be running ads. And we joke about that, but it's because we want you to understand the point we're making, which is you shouldn't be waiting to run ads. There's no mythical milestone that you have to hit. You don't have to even sell your first product. We have in our ads course a whole module on if you haven't even sold a copy of your product yet, if you haven't even made one sale, we have you run this specific special type of campaign to get your first sales. I do recommend my ads course. Rose and I made it together. She's my sister. She's the person that runs all my ads. She's a genius. If you guys think I'm smart, Rose is even smarter than I am. She's an even better marketer than I am. She really was the person that made this course. I just kind of showed up and asked her specific questions about ads, but she's the one that's out there in our coaching group getting those results that you'll see in our coaching group from our students who are running ads. They took Rose's ads course and they start off with their $5 a day campaign, spending $5, get one sale, Then maybe in a week you scale it up, but like it's a slow and steady method, but it works really, really well. And that's what we teach in the ads course. So if you're, I'm going to, in a minute, I'll kind of like take you and give you a little sneak peek of the ads course. But before I do that, I want to take a step back and I want to just kind of show you the full funnel of what the most streamlined automated business looks like. And I'm going to do 2 versions of this funnel overview. I'm going to do the first one based on if you're making less than $1 million a year. And then I'm going to show you what this looks like when you're making more than $1 million a year. Okay. It's because they're different. And I'm making more than $1 million a year. So I'm doing something differently than what you would be doing if you're sub $1 million a year. So you have your digital product. Actually, we'll call this the ad. This is the ad. And the ad, and you might have lots of ads. So they're all pointing to your digital product. Now, price-wise, I didn't mention this earlier, but price-wise, I really like anything in like the $27 to $97 range. And then again, this is what I get into in the viral digital product course, but you might have like a whole little upsell funnel where you buy one product and then you offer additional ones. But that is sort of like all in one funnel. So it looks like, just pretend. Here, I'll just do this. I'll just like pretend. So let's highlight this guy. We'll zoom in here. This is our first product. And then another little product. And another little product. Okay, this is all part of the same one product funnel. Scale this to $1 million. Literally just this. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You're just going to get, and a book I recommend that goes into this more is Ready, Fire, Aim by Michael Masterson. It really breaks this concept of like one product. Scale this. This is infinitely scalable. Your sticking points, I'll tell you exactly where your sticking points are going to be as you scale. So maybe you're at like $15K a month and you're really trying to like break into the next like 40 to 50K a month. You're going to you could get stuck here. It's going to be probably because your cost of acquisition or your return on ad spend, or your ROI on ads drops. The solution to that Rose talks about in her ads course, but it comes down to like the ads you're running. So she says, hey, if you get stuck and you're not acquiring customers profitably anymore, run these ads, make these changes. She sort of gives you the game plan for fixing that. But I just want to like give you a heads up as you scale. That's going to be one of the things you might get stuck on and you might run into is right around the like $15,000, trying to break into the next level. You could run into some things there. Try to get this focus on me. Okay, now let's talk about once you've crossed over $1 million. This is what it's going to look like. It's essentially going to be the same, except, here, let's just copy this. It's going to be similar. There's going to be one really big key difference. Drag this bad boy down. I want another one. Okay, so you're still going to be running a bunch of ads, but it's now going to be running, oh my God, to a lot of different products. So that's where I am right now. Just erase this and then make these guys. I just want you to really visualize this. I have a very clear idea that, here we go. This is what I want to do. It looks like this. Okay, this is the funnel that I wanted you to see. And the ads, of course, are like 10x. I'm running way more ads than 3 at this point. I mean, it's just like endless amounts of ads that we're running. That's what this looks like to go from 1 million to 10 million. That's in the range that I'm at right now. And so I'm saying this for 2 reasons. 1, I want you to have an understanding of how you're going to scale this up. But 2, I really want to make sure that you understand if you try to sell more than one product funnel at this point, mind you, the like first product, and then you can have a little upsell and a little upsell. But if you try to sell more than one product funnel at this point, you will flounder, you will flop. And this happens. I see a lot, people get shiny object syndrome. They're not able to, for whatever reason, stay focused on mastering selling one product. And they think, oh, this product is a flop. It's probably not a flop, especially if you've gone through one of the course that I taught you. It's not a flop. You need to master selling it. And you need to figure out like what ads work for it and whatnot. launching a new product is not the solution. It's only going to be harder to figure, like you need to figure out how to do with this one time so you can do it a bunch. And I share this with you because I don't want you to get stuck in one of the areas I got stuck on. You'll actually, in my opinion, based on the experience that I have seen with my students, you will be in very good hands and you'll know exactly what to do if you have the How to Create a Viral Digital Product course and the ads course. If you only get two, and again, they're not expensive. If you only get 2 things from me and you want an automated business, those are the 2 things I would get. That would be my highest priority. Again, I know this is self-serving to say that, but it also is the truth. Those would be the only 2 things that I would buy them, I would consume them, and I would implement them. And we're in the early days of 2025 at the time of filming this, and I don't think you understand the year you would have if this was the only thing you focused on this year. If this was the only thing you focused on for the next, let me just turn my little iPad off because we got that done. And I want to show you the preview of the courses. But if this was the only thing that you focused on for the next 6 months, I guarantee you would not recognize your business and you would not recognize your life. And I feel very confident saying that because I've had so many students. I printed off a couple of these for a different YouTube video, but these are students who have taken, I believe, both courses. I think both of them. I printed them off. This is Joy, and she says, I just hit $320,000 with digital products in 10 months. Thank you so much for being the number 1 person that's inspired me and I've learned from. I'm so excited. I want to start scaling and get even more automations up. Okay, so she posted this to my coaching group. That's the little community I was talking about. Crystal posted this to my community. She says, huge win. We hit $273,000 in November. Thank you to Maria Wendt and Rosemary DeGrassi, that's my sister, for always answering my questions. And I know for sure she took my ads course and the digital product course. So that combo, digital product, how to create a viral digital product, plus the ads course, you will be unstoppable. If you want to go crazy and do a third thing, come join the coaching group because then we can chat and talk and you can share all your wins and I can take screenshots and share them in another YouTube video. But that is totally just because you want to hang out with fun people. Like that is totally optional. Coaching group is just a good time. The meat and potatoes are in those 2 courses. So this is what I want to do. I want to just show you. I'm going to pull up the course. So give me 1 second to pull it up. And then I just want to give you the sneak peek. Okay. So let me just show you. I'm going to start with the ads one. Okay. So we call this course How We Get Our Facebook and Instagram Ads to Pay for Themselves because that's essentially what we do. We run very profitable ads. In general, we'll take $1 and turn it into $2.50 or $3. So it's a great deal. We break down how to start running ads, how we get such good conversion rates, the specific audiences we use, how much you need to spend per day, a little checklist of everything you need. And then we tell you crush your campaigns by copying ours. So we literally just teach you, this is what we're running. These are the buttons we click. This is the text we put in right here. Just copy us. Rose has all kinds of stuff. She adds stuff on how to scale. And by the way, do you notice here, do you know how we talked about preemptively thinking about questions your students might have? You can see that we do this in here. You might have this question as you scale, ... We're preemptively answering it. That's less work for us so that you have a really good product that answers all your questions and you don't have to go back and forth and try to find an answer, do extra research. You have a better customer experience. We have a better business experience. She even tells you things you need to look out for, like beware of this scam. It's a really important thing that you need to be really careful of. It could shut down your entire ad account. So she just really goes over everything. And as you can see here, I just sort of I just say, we're so excited. I'm just sort of there to be the pretty face. Although Rosemary is, of course, lovely. I'm joking. She's really, my point in saying that is she really is the person who does this. She even did this thing where it's okay, if you're stuck on a specific step, do this. So she took so much time to really teach you everything you need to know about ads. When you're done with this course, you'll know everything you need to know. It'll be done. And you'll be amazed at how easy it is. Similarly, that's what I did with this How to Create a Viral Digital Product. I taught you in this course how to create a product that goes viral. I feel very confident saying that because not only have my product gone viral, my students' products go viral all the time. And like we said, things are pretty easy in the marketing department when your product is good. So I teach you basically how to create or understand the difference between a product that will flop and a product that will go viral and scale. things that keep products from scaling. The price to value ratio, that's really important, because if a product could be really good, but if people get to it and it's not the price they were expecting, either too low of a price or too high of a price, they won't buy it. So I also help you figure out, are you going to create a course? Are you going to create a PDF bundle, an audio bundle? And then if so, what do you do? And then like what happens next once you've created it? So I'll literally teach you how to create it. And then like, what do you do to connect the tech and make sure everything's very automated, so that once you're done building this, you're done. So again, those courses, they're optional. You can poke around my YouTube channel. You can poke around my Instagram content and kind of piece it together. But if you do want me to hold your hand and show you how to automate the delivery and show you how to automate the marketing, those are the 2 courses I highly, highly, highly recommend. I feel really good about recommending them. I've seen the results from so many students. So hopefully I'll see you in there, or if not, I'll see you in another video.